let's talk about one thing that was not great.
Okay.
In terms of anime, Promise Neverland season 2 was
Wait,
garbage.
oh my god, did that come out this year? Dude, it was such a disappointment. Did we talk about this on the podcast yet?
Maybe not, because I don't think we did a Promise Neverland episode, but we actually can do a Promise Neverland dedicated episode of the podcast where we talk
Yeah,
about season 1,
yeah.
and we can kind of do a quick
Dog.
part about season 2 in there. But
Oh my god, it's such a Promise Neverland. If you haven't seen it yet, just go watch season 1. Season 2 doesn't exist.
it
Just
doesn't.
watch season 1, and then if you want the extended story, go read the manga.
Yes,
The manga handles it so much better. Season 2 of Promise Neverland was a huge disappointment. They just fucking the pacing was awful. And I know usually when people say the pacing's bad, they think of it being really slow, really bad pacing where no, it was too fast. It was way like shit just happened.
it was
Way
Game of
too
Thrones.
fast. It was what the fuck is like in one episode so many things would happen and the story just progressed immediately. There was no time to like settle.
Or
It was
digest
really
anything.
bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
it just moved. And then by the time it was done, it was like everything was wrapped up. It was how? Like how did you guys spend how like I want to say 12 episodes of season 1 in one location and it was all paced really well and thrilling and all this other shit. Season 2 is supposed to take place out in this world and it's fucking it's everything goes by even fast. It's just bad. It's so bad.
I have Promise Neverland season 1 as one of the absolute best anime I've ever seen. Period. It is an S tier anime for me. I don't have it ranked in my top like 5 or top 10 or anything like that. I don't know where
Right.
it would go. Season 1
But
though
it's up
is
there.
actually it's an S tier anime to me. Like
Mhm.
season 1 is I think that I don't think that's a hot take either.
I
I
don't
think
think
most people
so.
would think I think season 1 is actually that good. You actually feel dread, you feel fear for the children. You feel a good story being written, a good story being told.
Yeah, it's
The
up there.
character
It's at the lowest you could put it is A tier. If somebody tried to put it below A tier, like they're straight smoking.
Yes, I think it's an easy A to S. I have it at S because it has everything that I think makes something good, and that's storytelling, character development, like the way that it's written, the characters, everything. Like it's just
Hmm.
really good. Also, I whenever I watch something and it can make me feel tense,
Yeah,
like it makes me have a tense emotion. That is really difficult to do. I can watch things and be completely indifferent to them, no matter what's happening on screen.
yep,
I've seen plenty of Halloween movies, and people are just getting absolutely murdered on screen. It doesn't do anything to me. I'll see somebody get murdered in Promise Neverland, and it like has me freaking the fuck out.
yeah.
Or
It's a really tight
Attack on
show.
Titan.
It's the drama's high, the tension's high, and
Yeah,
it has that factor, that it factor, at least for me,
yeah,
where
that it factor.
you want to just watch the next episode. Like you can't
Yes,
not watch. Like sometimes I'll watch something and I'll be like, all right, that's a good place to stop. But when I watched Promise Neverland, there was no good place to stop. I just watched the whole thing. Like
yes,
I couldn't stop.
yeah. I actually watched the whole thing in 2 days.
Yeah. So
It was like I watched the first I think 5 episodes, and then I watched the next 7, and
yep.
I that like it was two fell swoops. Some other good anime that came out last year. I actually watched Odd Taxi during my vacation in December to January, and I watched it all in 2 days,
Mm,
and I enjoyed it a lot. And we're going to do an episode on Odd Taxi because I think it's
yes.
worth doing it. There's
And
a lot to be said about it.
it was requested, and that's one of the main reasons why you and me watched it. I didn't finish it yet, just because holidays. I didn't really have much time to like sit at home and watch stuff. But I did watch. I want to say the first 5 episodes, and the first episode I watched. I'm not going to go into any details or any spoilers, but in the first episode I watched it and I really enjoyed it. It felt like this really slow show, but it was still really interesting and intriguing, and I wanted to keep watching it. Now, by the time I got to episode 5, it doesn't really feel slow anymore, and I'm really into it. I'm excited to watch the rest.
Yeah, I really like Odd Taxi. That's going to have a dedicated episode. And I also restarted Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, I believe it's
Yeah, yeah,
called.
yep.
So I picked up on that again. I watched about 2 or 3 more episodes of it and I stopped again. I'll go back to it. But that anime is also really good. Just, it's crazy. Every time I watch just a few episodes of it, I'm always blown away. Like I watched literally, I think 2 or 3 episodes of it from where I picked, like where I left off at. And it was really, really, really good again. And I was like, God damn, this anime is good. Like, I don't even know what else to say. It's just good. And I'm only on episode, I think, 6 or 7.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to
So
say I don't know how many episodes I saw, but I saw all of season 1. I think it's 13 episodes.
Yeah. So we're gonna do an episode on a whole podcast on just Mushoku Tensei. Maybe what I'll do is at the end when I finish season 1, we could do a podcast on just that because I kind of like that now that the podcast is relevant and it's already like we're going now, right? We can actually stop at a season and then do an episode and then do another season as an episode of the podcast. We don't have to do all of Mushoku Tensei at once if it has multiple seasons.
I mean, we only did all of Naruto in one episode because by the time the podcast came out in 2020, all of Naruto was done. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
so, and we're going to do more Naruto and Bleach and all that stuff, especially Bleach. We're going to do more One Piece. We're going to do more.
Back with the
Bleach is coming back strong. When I get current on One Piece, we might have to do something with that as well because I'm behind.
We have to. We've said this 100 times now. I want to do an arc by arc breakdown for multiple episodes, but the current arc has to be when Frazier gets current, or when the arc finally ends in the anime. It's not done in the manga yet, but the anime is not that far behind. But anyway, I feel like it's getting close to the end of the manga. And anyway,
Wano.
The point is, when this arc wraps the fuck up, like how Frazier's saying he's not waiting for Attack on Titan, I am not waiting. Like this arc has been fuego. Like I need to talk about this shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much to talk about as far as anime. We're going to revisit a lot of things. I'm just trying to make sure that we get out things that we haven't talked about yet, and then we'll spin the block. But we also have, between the guests that we've been having with the phenomenal guests, and I can't wait till you guys see the next one. I'm so excited. But between the guests that we've been having,
next one.
Yeah, you don't even know who it is.
I'm going to end this phone call, and he's going to be like, "We got Kevin Hart." I'm like, "Oh shit!"
One day, if Kevin Hart's into anything nerdy, he will be on the podcast one day. Okay, so other things that came out last year, I think that's it for anime as far as we're concerned. Like I mentioned in one of our earlier episodes, Vivi Fluorite's I Song is really good, but that's one of those kind of like side anime that not a lot of people are going to resonate with, but I really liked it. The premise of it was really simple. It was essentially Terminator, the storyline of Terminator in anime form. So AI gets so sentient and intelligent that it decides that humans no longer need to exist because we, as you know, we cause war, we kill things, we don't treat things right. So it's that storyline, but it's done really, really well. It's really short too. I believe it's like 12 episodes. So if people want to check that out, that's another good anime that came out in 2021. Vivi Fluorite's I Song. Very good. I'll pivot over to Smash Bros. Again. So last year we got Kazuya and Sora in Smash Ultimate, and that shit was hype.
Both reveals were amazing. I remember the Kazuya reveal. The reveal started, and I think I watched it live. And at first, I was like, "Holy shit, that's fucking Heihachi!" Because somebody was getting thrown off into a ravine. And typically, the crossover character for Tekken is usually Heihachi. And then when I had the realization, I was like, "Wait, no. He doesn't have a shirt on. That's fucking Kazuya." And then then I realized like Kazuya's theme was playing, and I could not believe it. I was so goddamn hyped. Because Kazuya is my favorite Tekken character. And he's not usually the one that gets put into the crossover games. It's usually his dad. Oh, I was so happy that they added Kazuya. And then if you haven't seen it on YouTube, we have a reaction to fucking Sora.
Oh, yeah.
Sora got at it to Smash, and that was... Oh, my God.
That moment...
Have you rewatched that trailer? That trailer is so magical. Like, it feels so... When you watch that trailer, it feels so good.
I've actually watched it through watching other people react to it. So I follow Panda on YouTube, and that's basically a channel for Smash Ultimate content creators. It's like Mars, Esam, and Wadi. They kind of just make videos, and I follow that. So they recently, I think in November, December, they posted a ton of videos of them reacting to the Smash trailers, and also how they rank them. Mm-hmm. And the Sora one was obviously an S tier. The Sephiroth one was an S tier, easy S tier, right? Like these are no question. Kazuya was like up there as well. But just Sora and Smash is I'm still mind blown. Also, he's good. He's actually a good character. And literally the only reason why people haven't really broke Sora yet, except in Japan, Sora's actually won a super major or major, whatever you want to call it. Zach Ray won an entire tournament with Sora in December, I want to say, November or December. And no one has really had the opportunity to sit down and really work on the character because there's been a tournament for Smash Ultimate every single week leading up to the Smash World Tour, which was the biggest Smash tournament, I think, in like history or some shit. So everyone who had a character was like, I'm just going to play what I already know. A lot of Pyra because that character's been out for a while now. And obviously MKLeo ended up winning the tournament. You know, surprise, surprise. He's won just about every single tournament since the game's inception. Sora hasn't really been picked up by anyone and played seriously yet in the United States or in Mexico or anything because people wanted to make sure that they do well leading up to the Smash World Tour. And so they just stuck with who they know. Everyone who played Rob continued to play Rob. Everyone who played Pyra did the same thing. You get the idea. But I think now there's been some downtime with the holidays and everything. And I feel like, so Leo made a tweet and he tweeted, "Oh God, I'm really scared. I'm starting to like Sephiroth a lot."
Yeah.
And he put a little emoji next to it. Cause he, you know, Leo is considered the best character or the best fighting game player with a sword in his hand in Ultimate. Like he's the absolute best. When it comes to playing a swordie, Leo is the absolute best swordie player in Ultimate. It's not even close. They think that he has, everyone says that Leo has the best spacing, period. Sora is a sword character. Sephiroth is a sword character. Neither of those two characters are being used by anyone at the top level, at least not at that high of a level. So if he picks up either one, I don't care if he picks up Sephiroth or if he picks up Sora. If he picks up either one at all, I will be extremely happy with the next year. Oh, I'll be extremely happy with the next year's Smash. I think that Sora is a bit better than Sephiroth, all things considered, just because. Hey guys, if you like this clip, we have full video versions of our podcast episodes available on the IMNerd Patreon, as well as exclusive content.
If you'd like to listen to our full podcast episodes or find us on any other social media platforms, you can do so by clicking the link tree below.